of the problems with, I think, the way sport has progressed. I've been really interested in listening to everyone in the programme basically saying what strikes me as being very commonsensical and true. But in actual fact, the general direction of travel within professional sport, I think, is towards pretending that sportsmen are human beings, aren't human beings and they're machines. And that we can actually turn to some kind of hyper-rational, ultra-professional thing that doesn't feel any of these anxieties and nerves. And I actually think exactly as we're talking about with golf there, that's a problem. As soon as you start pretending you're not a normal human being, then you're one step towards being disorientated, and in actual fact you have completely normal human responses to things. So I think acceptance is a big part of high performance. You've got to accept the fact that on the biggest day of life, it's not going to feel like a normal Tuesday morning at home. That doesn't mean to say if that's going to make you play worse, but I think denial is actually a big part of problems and why people get themselves into a tangle, is that they're not actually accepting what they're going through. It isn't to say that you have to be weak and acquiesce to your sort of your deepest fears, but I do think that there's nothing wrong with feeling nervous on a big day. What becomes difficult is if you then have nerves to the degree or the extent that you're unable to do what you've trained to do, what you've practiced to do.
Paul, if you had a coach who said to you, if you're not focused, there is brain space for you to be nervous and you shouldn't have that because I find that unprofessional, how would that affect you?
Well, you'd ask him to clarify it. I think there's so many interpretations of what we're talking about here, about nervous, about how nerves can literally wreck you. But nerves, as far as excitement, as far as the focus of doing what you're doing, the brain space is all about our physical and mental routines, which is what sports psychologists on a daily basis. That's what elite sport's all about. Is yes, everybody's going to have a certain degree of nerves or excitement, but it's about